Today, together with you, we will analyze the second trailer of episode 17 of the series Kuruluş, Orhan, in detail. As you know, after the second trailer was released, many questions arose among the fans of the series. Could it be that Qasim will truly be martyred in this episode? In which direction is the story of Flavius and Fatima moving? And another important question, is Yiğit Bey's life in danger? On the other hand, events have become increasingly complicated because Shahanshah Bey now seems to have openly started a rebellion against Orhan Bey. So will Shahanshah Bey succeed in this plan? Will he manage to harm Orhan Bey or Asporsa Hatun? Or is a big surprise awaiting us in the story that no one expects? And perhaps one of the most important questions is this: how did Karakahisar Castle fall into the hands of Mehmet Bey? In today's video, we will talk in detail about the answers to all of these questions. But before starting the video, we have a small request from you. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please don't forget to subscribe and like the video. This way you can be immediately informed about our new analysis videos. Dear viewers, one of the most striking scenes we saw in the second trailer was undoubtedly the big explosion scene. This explosion takes place on the borders of Karakahisar, and at that moment Orhan Bey and Asporsa Hatun are also there. At first glance, it looks as if both of them are caught in the middle of this explosion. However, when we look a little more carefully at the trailer, an important detail emerges. Orhan Bey actually comes there with only 2 or 3 Alps. But after the explosion, we see that there are more soldiers in the scene. This situation shows us the following. Orhan Bey most likely went there with a previously prepared plan. Most likely there was a gunpowder trap set up in the area beforehand. An arrow was shot to trigger this trap, and the explosion occurred. After the explosion, Orhan Bey quickly moved away from there and retreated towards the forest area. On the other side, after Orhan Bey leaves there, we see Shahanshah Bey and his men holding a secret meeting. Very important decisions are made in this meeting. The plan is as follows. Shahanshah Bey will expand the rebellion in Bursa, and Mehmet Bey will capture Karakahisar Castle. But as you all know, Karakahisar was not an easy castle to enter. Moreover, Mehmet Bey was not allowed to enter the castle. Therefore, one of Shahanshah Bey's close men comes into play here. First, this person secretly infiltrates Karakahisar. Then the gates are opened from inside, and a sudden attack is launched. As a result of this attack, many people inside the castle are taken captive. It is also clearly possible to see these scenes in the trailer. In addition, the fact that the borders of Karakahisar are very close to Mehmet Bey's lands seems to have made it easier for him to capture the castle. However, on the other side, not all of Shahanshah Bey's plans go as he wishes, because the rebellion attempt in Bursa fails, and Shahanshah Bey is forced to flee from there. But before escaping, he makes a very important and dangerous move. As you know, an attack had previously taken place on Yiğit Bey. To take revenge for this, an attack is carried out on Qasim. In the previous episodes, there was also a scene that gave the impression that Qasim Bey would be martyred. However, in that scene, Qasim survived. But there is an important reason why this topic keeps coming up again and again. When we look at historical sources, there is not much information showing that Orhan Ghazi's son, Qasim, played an active role in the later years. In other words, in the pages of history, we do not encounter an adult Qasim character very often. For this reason, it seems highly likely that the writers of the series may remove the character of Qasim from the story soon. Now, the main question is this: was Qasim really martyred in this attack, or was he only seriously injured? Of course, we will learn the definite answer to this question when we watch the episode. However, when we analyze the current scenes, it is thought that there is approximately a 70% chance that Qasim may be martyred. If such an event really happens, it will be inevitable for Orhan Bey to take action against Shahanshah Bey with great anger. However, Shahanshah Bey is also a very intelligent and dangerous enemy. Therefore, it seems quite likely that he will try to lure Orhan Bey into a trap. During this process, we also see Asporsa Hatun standing beside Orhan Bey. However, most likely at the critical moment, Orhan Bey's Alps will arrive to help. Perhaps Asporsa Hatun's men may also appear at the right time and rescue them. Therefore, our general prediction is as follows. Orhan Bey and Asporsa Hatun will survive this dangerous situation. Now let's take a look at the issue of Yiğit Bey. When we look at the current trailer, it does not seem very likely that Yiğit Bey will die in this episode. However, there is another important development. Now an open hostility has begun between Orhan Bey and Shahin Bey. For this reason, it no longer seems very possible for Orhan Bey to marry Fatima to Yiğit Bey. At this point, the story may move in a different direction, because these developments may open the way for the marriage of Fatima and Flavius, especially since there are strong signs in the series that Flavius may accept Islam. If Flavius truly becomes Muslim, then the possibility of marriage between Fatima and Yiğit Bey will almost completely disappear. On the other hand, the fact that Shahin Bey has chosen the path of betrayal may also show that his end is approaching. Perhaps in the upcoming episodes of the series, a very dramatic end awaits Shahin Bey. So what do you think? Will Qasim really be martyred, or is a completely different surprise waiting for us in the series? Be sure to share your thoughts with us in the comments section. If you liked our video, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and share the video with your friends. God willing, we will meet again very soon with a new analysis video. See you in the next video. May Allah protect you.